How's it going, y'all? Welcome to the live stream. Who's watching? How's it going? All right, I'm starting this live stream out. First of all, how's it going, y'all? Thanks for joining today. I'm going to try to not say as much because apparently that's a thing right now. So, just did it again. If everything sounds and looks good, let me know in the comments so I know that y'all can hear me and see me. I'm using my phone as a webcam right now using Camo, an app that I've talked about on my channel before. So hopefully y'all are seeing and hearing me okay. Please give me a thumbs up or let me know in the comments. Okay, I'm just going to say It's just going to happen. I can't not say it. So how are y'all doing? While we let some people kind of trickle in here, I can start by saying thank you all for joining the Aqua fam. Thanks for watching my videos. And most recently, thank you for checking out my videos on lossless audio for Apple Music, as well as the spatial audio video. Those are doing really well. I didn't expect to get a lot of viewership on those videos. So I'm really excited that things, are working out okay. And I got a lot of questions. I posted something recently, and if y'all want to follow along, go over to my YouTube profile and go to community, and then you'll see that there are a bunch of questions. If you scroll down a little bit, I did a post about a week ago asking y'all. I said, comment below with your questions about spatial audio and lossless in Apple Music. I'm working on a Q&A video, so that's what I'm doing right now. And I was going to make a video where I went through each question, but I thought it'd be a little more fun, a little more interactive, and a little more live if I just did it live with y'all. So if you have any questions also about Apple Music, lossless audio, spatial audio, let me know in the comments, and I'll be reading those comments live as well as reading these comments in that post because y'all had a lot of pretty interesting questions. So while we let more people trickle in here, thank you everybody that has smashed the like button, by the way. If you haven't done that already, please smash that like. It really helps me out. And let's see. So maybe before I answer all these questions, I'll do just a quick 101 on lossless audio. Spatial audio, honestly, spatial, I didn't warm up to spatial that much. Comment if you really love spatial audio, but I tried spatial audio a bunch on a few different pairs of headphones, mostly on my Airpods Max. And honestly, I didn't warm up to it. I think it's a really cool technology, but it feels really beta right now. It kind of messed with my phone. It slowed it down. And I noticed some extra details. I think it's really cool. So spatial audio basically is kind of like a surround sound type of experience for music. It already existed in video, but now Apple Music brought it to its platform recently for free. And check it out because some people seem to love it. There's also a bunch of people like myself that are like, it's okay, but it seems like they're still working out the kinks. My biggest complaint with spatial audio is it seems like spatial is really quiet. I have to turn the volume almost all the way up on my headphones just to be able to hear anything, which is kind of annoying. So there's that. I'm seeing some comments right now from y'all from what's up, Jose, what's up, Code, what's up, Marvin, and Beards and Banjos. So that's spatial audio. That's a very non-scientific description. There's a spread out audio experience, a kind of surround sound in your headphones or in your speakers. And some people love it. I'm not super warm up to it. I didn't super warm up to it. Wow, grammar, Ben. And then there's lossless audio, which to me is the start of the show. I don't even say I'm an audiophile. I watch audiophile videos on YouTube, and I really love music because I work as a producer. I'm a music producer, I'm a DJ, etc. And I'm about to plug my stuff. I have all kinds of music on Apple Music and Spotify, etc. Search for Ben Aqua and follow me on Spotify and listen to my stuff on Apple Music, all that stuff. So what really excites me about lossless audio, which is a compressed except a really high quality type of compression called ALAC. That's what lossless audio basically is. It's basically like a really high quality sounding audio experience. And it's nice and loud. It's nice and crisp. I'm not going to go too much into the technicality of that in this video, but that's kind of a quick primer. If you have any questions about that, let me know in the comments. But yeah, spatial is all right. Lossless is the jam. I love it. And okay, so we have some people in here. Thank you so much for joining us today. Let's start off with first of all, let's go into the questions that are in the post here, since y'all been waiting about a week. So if you want to follow along on another device, go to my profile, go to the community tab, and then you'll scroll down to a post where it says comment below with your questions about spatial audio and lossless. So I'm going to kind of skim through these and pick some that I think are interesting that some of y'all might be interested in. So the top comment says, it comes from Dynamic Conquest. It says, if I turn off the lossless audio completely, would I still be able to hear music in spatial audio? Yes. I have AirPods Pro, which doesn't support lossless audio. Can I use my dongle and aux in my car to hear lossless audio? So I'm going to stop at that question because I've gotten a lot of that question. Like, how does lossless audio work in your car? And does it work through CarPlay? While I wasn't able to find an official answer from Apple about this, I personally have tried it in my car through CarPlay. And of course, CarPlay uses a wire to connect to your phone, and then you can stream music through there. I tried lossless audio. Honestly, I couldn't hear that much of a difference because in the car, you're hearing all this other, white noise and noise from outside and the road noise and everything. So it's a little harder for me personally to hear like the lossless kind of crispiness that I hear in the headphones. But technically, it should work because you're using a wired connection to get the lossless audio into your speakers. So I think it's more a question of like what your setup is in your car. Like, what kind of speakers do you have? Do you have a souped up system that would support something where you would actually hear, the full lossless effect? So that's kind of my non-scientific answer about that. Is lossless really worth it if I don't have any plans to buy the expensive analog headphones and other stuff? I think it's worth it, and I'll get into more of like the setup kind of stuff coming up too, because I have all kinds of little equipment here that I'm going to be talking about. I got headphones, I have IEMs, in-ear monitors, and I'm completely new to that world as well. I got a little DAC that I'm going to talk about as well. And I also have some over-the-ear headphones, some ATH M50X BTs. I see Daddy G Plays said, would M50X be good for lossless audio? Let me just answer that real quick. Yes, these sound amazing, period. These are the Bluetooth M50X from Audio Technica, and I really, really love these things. I use these to produce my music as well, and I trust these when it comes to a well-rounded sound without sounding too flat or boring. Love me the ATH M50Xs. And if y'all have questions about headphones or something, I will do my best to answer those as well. Again, please smash the like button if you haven't already. We got 21 people in here. Hell yeah. All right. So James Lancy says, I'm with Spotify as I find the music discovery far superior. However, I am willing to change if you tell me the difference between normal and high res. Is it worth it? So the difference between normal and high res. So there's I guess what you're saying is like the normal kind of streaming format is just called AAC. That's the normal, not lossless format that you will hear in Apple Music. And I already think AAC sounded really good. So I don't have a lot of complaints about Apple Music's audio quality even before lossless. But with lossless, I am noticing a few things. The crispness of the quality of the audio, even with not even the high res losses, but the mid-tier lossless, which goes up to 24-bit 48 kilohertz. I know I'm going to mess those numbers up at some point, so please forgive me. But yeah, the main differences that I noticed with lossless, and I just talked about this in my recent video, check that out. But the main differences are a crispier high end. I think the trebles just sound a little more present and a little less, I don't know, a little less like spread out. Like I can hear the details just a little bit better in the trebles especially. And then in the vocals and the mid-range, I find them to be just a little cleaner in general. Like vocals just sound a little crispier, a little bit better. And the bass is kind of the same thing too. It kicks a little harder. It sounds a little cleaner. There's not as much distortion down there, especially in the deep sub bass. So I listen to a lot of different kinds of music, electronic music, heavy metal, classical music. And I think lossless makes a pretty big difference. But I also think if you don't have lossless, you will be totally fine. And a lot of people say that they can't even hear the difference between lossless versus not lossless. So there's that. What's up, everybody in the chat? Thank you for all of your questions. I'm gonna hopefully get through all this as quickly as possible so I can get to y'all's questions. Also in the comments, or I guess in the live chat, let me know where you're viewing from. I'm currently in Austin, Texas, in the USA. It is hot as hell outside, and I turned my AC off just to make this video, so that's #dedication. But let me know where you're viewing this live stream from, like what country you're in, what state, whatever. Love to see all of y'all here. There's been a lot of people commenting from India. So shout out everybody in India. And most of those comments are about like how come people in India haven't gotten spatial audio or lossless audio. So if you're in India, in the live chat or in the comments, let me know if you have gotten spatial audio or lossless audio. Okay, so look, so we have a couple people from India. What's up? Okay, so Sean Toronto says, if you have the new Apple TV 4K, does the highest quality losses over HDMI work to your receiver? So yeah, I do have the new Apple TV 4K. I have that going into my, let's see, I have through HDMI, I have the Apple TV going into a sound bar, which passes the HDMI through into the TV. And the new Apple TV, and I guess the previous Apple TV as well, they do support lossless audio. However, they only support up to the mid-tier lossless audio. So you get that 28, there we go. We get that 24-bit, 48 kilohertz. That is what you will get as a maximum on the Apple TV. So does the highest quality lossless work over HDMI to your receiver? As far as I can tell, technically, yes. Technically, it's sending a mid-tier lossless signal to my soundbar. Am I able to hear a big difference? Maybe a little bit, but it's harder to tell in my car using CarPlay. It's harder to tell using Apple TV and over my studio monitors, just because I'm hearing some of the ambient noise and stuff from my environment. But over headphones, I think is where you hear the most difference, in my personal opinion. All right, so next question. I've seen a few videos. This comes from Shanghai Chica. I've seen a few videos saying the human ears cannot tell the difference between lossless audio and lossy. I've been listening to lossless audio on Apple HomePods, OMG, and I believe I can hear a difference. For some reason, the rest of that comment was cut off. So I think the question is, can human ears tell the difference between lossless audio and lossy? That's a huge debate in especially the audiophile community. I'm not an expert on audiophile equipment. I'm not going to pretend that I'm very scientific about this stuff, because I'm definitely not. I kind of just use what works for me, what sounds really good. I do have a little bit of, a listening ear, or I guess a critical ear, because I do produce music and I, listen very closely to stuff. I feel like I can hear the difference between lossless audio and lossy. Lossy meaning not lossless, but a really high quality compression like AAC in Apple Music. But y'all let me know what you think. Like, can you hear a difference between lossless audio and not lossless audio? Hit me up in the live chat and let me know, because I like to say I can, but I don't. But I mess it up sometimes too. So there's that. All right, Nathan Chow says, cheapest DAC equipment for lossless audio, please. And that is one of the big questions, and I've been getting that one a lot. So the cheapest way you get lossless audio is, let me just open up my iPad here, open up Apple Music. So the cheapest way you get lossless audio is through the speakers on your device. So that's not using any equipment, and this can be on iPad, this can be on iPhone, and even Mac. And yeah, the cheapest way, you just basically enable lossless audio on your device, and then it'll come right through the speakers. And even on Apple's website, they say that the speakers on your devices will be transmitting lossless audio. However, will you be able to tell a difference? No, you won't be. In my opinion, you won't be able to tell a difference just going through the speakers. So another cheap way to use lossless audio is to use these Apple Earpods, which are the wired Lightning Earpods. I've talked about this in my recent videos. Y'all probably saw that. So these actually support lossless audio as well. Obviously, you would need an adapter for the iPad because the iPad uses USB-C. But on my iPhone, I can't show you because I'm filming with my iPhone right now. But this is actually one of my kind of, well, I wouldn't say it's my go-to, but it's one of the methods that I would recommend to a lot of people, is to use these Earpods if you want to try out lossless audio. These work totally fine, and there's actually a built-in DAC, a digital to analog converter inside. There's like a little chip inside of the lightning connector on these headphones. So you can use these for lossless audio. However, I would not recommend using these because I don't think these have the audio fidelity to really take advantage of the differences that you might be able to hear. So if you want to up it just a little bit more, you can use another pair of wired headphones. These ones, I wouldn't say these are budget because these come in at about $129, but these are a budget-ish pair of IEMs called what are these? The FIO FH3. Damn, I should have cleaned these before I did this video. But IEMs are in-ear monitors, and you basically stick them in there. They're kind of just, it's another name for earbuds, basically, like really kind of better like studio quality earbuds, and they're not super expensive. You can even get a pair for like $40 called the Belon BL03s. I would recommend those as well. But these would plug into this little adapter, the lightning to headphone jack, which also supports high-res, or it doesn't support high-res, but it supports lossless audio in Apple Music. And when you plug the headphones into the headphone jack into these, and then you would plug the lightning adapter into your iPhone, this is a really cheap way also to get lossless audio out of your phone. And there's other devices too, of course, like the iPad and the Mac. If you want me to talk about that, also let me know in the comments. All right, I'm gonna have to go through this quicker because y'all are commenting and thriving in the live chat, and I love to see it. We got almost 30 people in here. Hell yeah, thank you for joining me. Smash the like button if you haven't already. That definitely helps me out. All right, so Ori Bennett says, I understand that AirPods Max, AirPods Pro won't stream lossless quality. However, my question is, even if I force, I can't read. Hold on. However, my question is, even if I decided to set my output to lossless or high res and actually force my AirPods to decode it from that lossless or high res file, wouldn't that ultimately result in a better sound versus streaming straight AAC high quality? That is another really, really good question. I've gotten that one a bunch too. So the big kicker here with lossless music is it sounds amazing, but it doesn't support Bluetooth wireless. So even your fancy AirPods Max, these don't even support lossless audio. Even using the cable, for some strange reason, Apple has to upgrade the lightning cable that goes into the AirPods Max, goes into your device, in order for that to be enabled. And I really, really hope Apple Apple creates a cable that supports high resolution lossless audio through AirPods Max. So it would be like a lightning connector into a lightning or USB-C on the other end. I think they would be really smart to do that, because otherwise there's a bunch of us that bought these $550 fancy headphones, the AirPods Max, and we can't use these with lossless audio. So it kind of defeats the purpose of having a really fancy pair of headphones and lossless audio at the same time. So, but the question is, if you're streaming, if your device says you're streaming out wirelessly using lossless audio, hope I'm explaining this correctly, doesn't that decode to a better format if you're streaming to your AirPods, AirPods Max, etc.? So when you're starting with a lossless file here, it'll decode that automatically wirelessly to a lower quality compression, the AAC format. And some people are saying that it's worth it, like it still sounds better than just using the AAC without lossless, but it's a little hard to explain. But I would just say use whatever sounds best to you. If you think it sounds better with lossless on, even though AirPods doesn't support lossless wirelessly, then turn it on and, have a ball as far as I'm concerned. All right, I'm going to answer just a few more questions from the Q&A post, and then I'm going to get to y'all's questions. So bear with me here. All right. So Brian Zach, I've played it on iMac with Big Sur 11.4, and it just shows just like a screen. I can't read today, and it shows just like in the screenshot. It didn't go as high as 192, but Dolby Atmos did not appear, although I have turned it on in settings. Maybe the reason that lossless didn't go up to 192, it might be because it probably is because not all songs that say high-res lossless actually support up to 192 kilohertz. Some of them will be 88.1 or something like that, and then some of them will be what's the other one? What's 48 times 2? 96. Some of them will be 96 kilohertz. Math. So yeah, if you want to see what format your lossless file actually is, so there's the lossless file right there, sorry, I can't talk. There's lossless right there, right? I don't know if that's backwards for y'all, but anyway, you'll see that it says lossless and then 16-bit 44.1 kilohertz ALAC. So you just tap on that little lossless icon. Hard to do this backwards, and then you'll see the actual quality of your stream. So not all lossless songs have the same quality, and if you're curious, just tap on the little lossless button. Okay, let's see. Do you think this fall rumors are true with the new iPod maybe coming out? I wonder if they meant iPhone or if they actually meant iPod. If high-res and lossless will be added to the iTunes store for purchase. I have no idea. It's hard. The iTunes store just seems like are they even sell? I guess they still are technically selling stuff, but I don't know. Another question is when it will be launching is in India. It's hard to tell. I might have to check. Is anyone in India that's watching? Have any of y'all been able to access spatial audio or lossless audio yet? Let me know in the live chat. I've gotten a ton of questions or comments from people from India saying that they haven't gotten it yet. And my guess for that, when spatial audio and lossless are launching in India, if it hasn't already, it's just a slow rollout, and some areas of the world, it looks like people are saying nope. Damn, y'all still don't have it. I wish I could help y'all with that, but or just give it to y'all. Like, can I just tap my device here, just give it to y'all? Because it's so cool. That sucks that y'all don't have it, but I think it's just a really slow rollout. Not all features are immediate, and I think it depends on what part of the world you're in. I know I'm repeating myself a lot, so I get so hyped in these live streams, and I just can't blah, blah, blah. Okay, another question is it available on iPhone 7 Plus with a wired connection? I think so. If anybody knows the answer to that, comment in the live chat, because the iPhone 7, I think it does. I'm pretty sure it does because it must, because I was able to actually access lossless music on my iPhone 6s Plus, even through the headphone jack, not even using the little lightning adapter, just through the headphone jack, it worked. So iPhone 7 Plus, you should be fine with that, with a wired connection, of course, since lossless does not support wireless. How does it work on the Mac? That's another good question. I'll probably do another video about a lossless setup for my Mac. I can't really show you it right now because I have it glued to my desk underneath it, but I will do a video about that. It's kind of similar to how I would do it on my iPad using a dongle such as this, which is a USB-C to headphone jack. This is really cheap. This was like $15 on Amazon. And this is a really easy way to get lossless audio through the headphone jack there using USB-C on one end. So there's that. Okay, so that's all the questions from the post. And now let's get to y'all in the live chat, because I know y'all have been waiting and I really appreciate everyone being here. What's up, Jose Romero? It's the same audio coming out from an iPad and an iPhone. Yes. The difference in the audio so the question is it the same audio coming out from an iPad and an iPhone with lossless quality? The lossless quality itself is the same file that's coming out. The difference in what you're going to hear depends on, of course, what headphones you're using and then what DAC you're using. If you're using a dedicated DAC such as this one, or if you're using a little lightning adapter such as this one, or if you're using just the Earpods, the sound is going to be different depending on whatever combination of stuff that you're using. So I hope that answered that. Code Williams, what's up, Code? Says easy DAC for iPad Pro with high-res lossless. I think the easiest thing is something like this that I just talked about. It's USB-C on one side and then a headphone jack on the other. Like I said, these are super cheap. Apple even makes their own version of it. However, if you get the Apple's version, which looks kind of like this little adapter, except it has USB-C on this side, I'm pretty sure the Apple one only supports the mid-tier lossless. It does not support high-resolution lossless. Please correct me if I'm wrong in the live chat. But yeah, I think this is the easiest way to get lossless from your iPad, or you could just play it out of the iPad speakers, because apparently that works too, but I wouldn't necessarily recommend that one. Okay, Marvin P, what's up, Marvin? I turned Dolby Atmos. The volume is just too low and it ruins the experience. I agree. So like I said earlier, Dolby Atmos, I haven't warmed up to it. I turned it off completely on my devices. Like Marvin said, the volume is just too low. Some people will love it. And some people are saying if you turn the volume down and then you turn Dolby Atmos on and then you turn sound check on in Apple Music settings, everything will play at the same volume, which is nice. But the problem with that is you have to turn your headphones like way up, and then the next time you use YouTube or something, it's just going to blast in your ear. So I just completely turned spatial audio off, unfortunately. And I hope Apple develops some kind of way to have the spatial audio effect, except the audio is kind of leveled out in terms of volume and dynamics, because I feel like a lot of the dynamics are lost in the highs and the lows especially. Beards and Banjos says, will Apple make native earbuds and headphones that will be able to play lossless audio? Seems a little strange how they've rolled out software with no native hardware. That is a really valid question, and I'm wondering that myself. I'm not a psychic. However, I think Apple, if they were really smart, like I said, they would make a wired cable for AirPods Max to satisfy everybody that has one of these. I would pay even $70 or something ridiculous that Apple will probably price it at, just to have a cable that connects not wirelessly, with a wire to my devices using AirPods Max. That would be amazing, so that AirPods Max could actually be used with lossless. These are so high quality, and I think that would just blow everything out of the water. And maybe Apple will even make an updated version of the Earpods, like a cheaper version of headphones or something like that, that support lossless audio. And maybe even they'll include that with the new iPhone 13. Hopefully. I doubt it, because they're getting pretty stingy about just giving these kinds of things away. But, Apple. Daddy G Plays said, would M50X be good for lossless audio? I think I answered this earlier already, but I'll answer it again. These are the M50X from Audio Technica. I swear by these. These are the Bluetooth version too. They make a Bluetooth and a not Bluetooth version of these, and I love these headphones. I think these sound phenomenal, and look how clean these look. I just think they look really good, and I've taken these on road trips. I use these to DJ, and I just think these are really amazing headphones for the price. And I think a lot of people actually sleep on these because they're not, as expensive as the Sony XM4s and that kind of thing, because these are only $170. I got these used for like $120 or something, which is bonkers. But these sound phenomenal, and you hear a lot of the details in lossless audio, in my opinion, using the ATX or the ATH M50X. Simon, what's up, Simon Elmlund? You think there's a noticeable difference between lossless on AirPods Pro, even though Bluetooth doesn't support it? Answered that one earlier. I can't tell a difference, honestly, with my AirPods Max using lossless wirelessly streaming, even though some people say you can. They both sound good to me. If it sounds good to you, just use it. Saad Bati, what's up? Hi, so how come Dolby Atmos sounds horrible and I'm using AirPods Pro? The volume and vocals all suck. I think it's just I think it's just the nature of the technology right now. I don't know if it's if it needs it might need like a software update so that all the audio is leveled out or something. But I agree with you. Right now, it does sound very quiet, and the vocals all suck. Yeah, it sounds like there's just more reverb or something. And I don't know. I'm not really feeling lossless audio in its current form. Ruben says, for me, how's it going, Ruben? For me, Dolby Atmos sounds like the sound you hear when you walk away from a stage and you hear music in the distance. Exactly. That is a perfect way to say it. Like you're walking to your car and you're like outside of the club, or you're walking towards the door and it starts sounding reverby and almost like this or something. And, like the details start to get lost. That is a perfect description. All right. Vbob, sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name. Apple Lossless still not available in India. Any tricks to get it up and running? The only trick that I would say, and again, I don't think India supports lossless audio or Dolby Atmos yet, unfortunately. The only trick that some people are saying, that I actually tried this the night it was all released, you go into settings and then you go into music settings. How did you do this? And then you unsync your library. There's a little, let's see if I can get it up on my iPad, but you basically unsync your Apple Music. So you go to settings and then you go to music. I guess y'all need, whoa, there's a lot of reflection. Anyway, there's a setting here that says sync library right there. Can y'all see that? And you basically toggle that off and then toggle it back on. And some people are saying that works for them. I tried that and it actually worked for me. So you might want to try that. I can't guarantee anything to see if that works for you. And I hope India gets lossless audio and spatial audio ASAP. All right, RL1, what's up? Says, how would I make sure headphones or IEM can support 24-bit 192 kilohertz? That's a really good question. A lot of headphones, even such as these ATH M50Xs, a lot of these don't officially say that they support high-res audio. They might say something in the description that says like, these sound phenomenal and they use this driver and this piece on the inside and these speakers or whatever. But if you really want to make sure that your headphones do support up to 24-bit 192, these, do I have the box here? Let's see. Yes, I do have the box. I'm going to get the box for this to demonstrate. Okay, so here's an example of a product that does support high-res lossless. And you'll see here that there is a little logo. Is this all backwards? This might be backwards. Anyway, hope it's not backwards. Anyway, so there's this little logo on here that says high-res audio, and it's kind of the official high-res logo. And that means it supports at least, I believe, 2496 kilohertz. And usually this will go even higher to 192 kilohertz. Please correct me in the live chat if I'm getting that wrong. But yeah, look for this logo when you're looking on Amazon and stuff. And some of the companies will actually say this. Like, they will actually say, this does support high-res audio. So just look in the description. But again, not all headphones will say that they do or do not support high-res, unfortunately. So yeah, there's that. Ruben says, hi, I'm from the Netherlands. What's up, Netherlands? From India here. What's up, India? Hi, bro. Daniel. What's up, Daniel? From Panama. Hell yeah. Why is the volume so low? See, this is what I'm saying. A lot of people are saying that the volume is low using Dolby Atmos, and I agree. I don't know. I honestly do not know. And it would be nice if I had somebody that I knew, if I knew somebody that worked at Apple that I could answer, that I could actually ask these questions, because I'm really curious why it does sound like it sounds like the volume just gets cut off by like 60% or something using Dolby Atmos. Simon says, Sweden. What's up, Sweden? Eiswolf says, hi from Germany. How's it going? No spatial audio or lossless. There's only a tag of India. Wait, there's only, I can't read. There's only a tag of Apple Digital Master. So you got that. If you have the Digital Master little tag in Apple Music, then probably you'll be getting lossless, I would imagine, sometime very soon, I hope. Neil says, what's up, Neil? Says it works over HDMI. Excuse me, but as you say, it's limited to 24 to 48. So that's talking about Apple TV 4K. And I think it sounds good in Apple TV as well. And by the way, please smash the like button if you haven't already. We got 22 people in the house. Thank you so much for joining us. Let me stop right there just for a second to do a little shameless plug too. I have a Discord channel that some of y'all watching might be in that. And yeah, it's really cool. It's called the House of Aqua, and the link to that is in the description for this video. So please join up. It's free. You can chat with me and a bunch of other people in the House of Aqua fam. So yeah, I will see you there. And I love to nerd out about this stuff, by the way. So it's a good place if you watch the video and you're like, I need to talk about this more. And I am up late at night answering your questions and stuff on there. So shout out to everybody in the Discord channel, and check the link in the description to this video to join my Discord channel. Okay, so let's see. All right, are you experiencing, Ames, what's up, Ames says, are you experiencing the bug many of us are with Apple Lossless songs stopping at 15 seconds? I've gotten that comment a bunch too, and I have experienced, I don't know if it's 15 seconds, but I have experienced lossless stopping playback in the middle of a song. Usually it's about a minute through, and there's like this distortion, this like noise, and it sounds like something's glitching out, and then the song will just stop, and then Apple Music just skips to the next song, or it just completely crashes and I have to reopen it. So it hasn't really been happening to me at 15 seconds. However, it is happening to me where the song will just crash everything using lossless at about a minute. I don't know what's up with that. If anyone else is experiencing any kind of issues or anything with lossless, comment in the chat, because I'm really curious if other people are experiencing that. Let's see. Neil says, no, I can't tell the difference between lossy and lossless, but not lossless 1644.1 and high res. So yeah, if there's anyone else over in the live chat, can you experience high res lossless, or even just lossless versus lossy versus the AAC format? Do you really hear the difference between lossless and not lossless? Hit me up in the live chat. Let me know yes or no, or if you have any other observations. Shankar says, hello from India. What's up? Thanks for joining us. Neil also says you'd have to do a blind A/B/X test where A and B are known references and X is a mystery random to really know. So yeah, there's a test that you can do where it doesn't tell you which, how do I explain this? Anyway, there's tests where you can kind of test your ears. If you search for A/B/X test in Google or whatever, you will find these things where it basically has the same song and it randomizes a bunch of the data. I can't explain this very well. Basically, it tests your ears to see if you have so-called audio level or audiophile level ears. Like if you can really tell the difference between lossy and lossless. I actually did it last night and I failed. I thought I may have done it wrong or something like that, but I did it through my phone. Maybe that was the reason. But I actually failed. Well, I got like 40% of the questions right and then 60% wrong. So maybe I'm just trying to trick myself. It's like the placebo effect. I can't really hear the difference, but I can, or at least I'm convincing myself that I can. All right, Steven, what's up? Steven says, I'm getting a MacBook 13-inch with an M1 chip and can either get a free pair of regular AirPods or discounted to $90 AirPods Pro. And do they sound that much better or not to get the free pair of Gen 1? I would definitely recommend getting the AirPods Pro over the AirPods if you have the extra $90. I think the AirPods Pro noise cancellation is a game changer. That is the reason, in my opinion, why you should pay $90 for the AirPods Pro versus the first generation, or I guess second generation AirPods. Good question, though. Daniel, hi, bro, from Panama. What's up, Daniel? Do you know why the volume is low? See, everyone's asking, why is the volume so low in Dolby Atmos? I have no idea. Does anyone know? Comment in the live chat if you know, but I have no idea. Be sure to stay hydrated. I'm actually sweating profusely in my heated studio in Texas right now. It's so hot, but y'all are awesome. And I really appreciate everyone that's watching today. Thank you so much for subscribing and everything. It means a lot. All right. So JDD, what's up? Jay says, it works with my old iPhone SE. That's amazing. I'm even surprised it even worked with my 6S Plus, which barely even holds on to a battery charge for like an hour or something at this point, but it still works. And lossless audio quality works totally fine with it. Spatial audio works fine as well. Excuse me. Neil Lavitt, what's up, Neil? Says has to be able to do iOS 14.6 and Big Sur 11.4 on Mac OS. So yeah, when you're trying to make sure you have lossless audio enabled and all that stuff, make sure you have iOS 14.6 and Big Sur 11.4. As Neil said, just update your device to the latest official, not beta operating system. You can have a beta, it's totally fine, but you do not need a beta version of iOS or Mac OS or anything in order to get spatial audio and lossless. Steven says, what's up, Steven says, will lossless ever be adapted for Bluetooth? That is a really good question, and I don't know the official answer for that. I do hope that it will be adapted for Bluetooth. I think Apple, because they have basically unlimited resources at this point, I think Apple will be able to adapt. At least they would be smart to adapt Bluetooth and lossless to combine those two things. Especially since, Apple has been obsessed with making everything wireless and no headphone jack and this and that. It feels really ironic that in order to use lossless in its current state, you have to use a cable and you have to use sometimes some of this, and sometimes you got to plug it into this, and then you got to plug in the headphones. Like, it starts getting, you start having to use a dongle life with your phone, which kind of defeats the purpose of having a small device, in my personal opinion. So will they end up, hopefully they will end up adapting their ALAC lossless codec for Bluetooth. Sony has already developed that with the LDAC codec, and you can use LDAC not on any Apple device, of course, because Apple is Apple. Apple doesn't allow that codec. But if you have an Android device, you can actually use an LDAC codec using, I think Tidal and Deezer and Amazon HD, I think, supports a high-res lossless format codec over Bluetooth, but of course you need an Android device. And I don't have an Android phone to test that out. I do have a really cheap Android tablet. So lossless is coming, and spatial audio, they are coming to Android. Apple even said that themselves. They said it's coming soon, and it's in beta right now. So if anyone is on Android, let me know in the live chat. And and let me know if you have used lossless or spatial audio on Android, because I'm really curious if you like it, does it work well, et cetera, et cetera. Okay. So Stephen also says, and isn't the AirPods not supported with spatial audio yet? Spatial audio does work with I don't know what the original AirPods. I think they do. I think anything with the, what is it, the W1 or the H1 chip, anything that has those chips, I suck at the specs. I suck at remembering all these things, y'all. But I know the AirPods Max does, because I've definitely tried those out. And AirPods Pro definitely works with spatial audio. And I'm pretty sure the OG AirPods work as well with spatial audio. But remember, none of those will work with lossless audio. You need a wire to use lossless audio at the moment. Neil says a USB DAC is the only way to really enjoy losses from a Mac beyond 1644 through speakers and 2448 via HDMI. That's pretty much true. You need some type of DAC, something like this, which is the FIO. What is this? BTR5. This is a Usbc Dac. I just did a video where I talked about this a little bit too. This is something that you can use on your Mac and an iPad Pro. This does use, I don't have the cable next to me, but this does, since it has a USB-C out, you would plug in a USB-C cable out of this, and then plug that, if you're using your phone, into a USB-A to Lightning adapter. This goes into your phone, and then you would plug headphones into the end of the FIO DAC. And a lot of the DACs will work very similarly to this. Yeah, and this does support, by the way, high-res audio. So that's another way to check if your DAC, or that is a way to check if your DAC supports high-res. You'll see this little logo on there or on the branding, something like that. Okay, let's see where we're at. Colby Woodbury, what's up, Colby? I only listen to Dolby Atmos or spatial audio on my receiver when I'm listening to it to the Apple TV. I do not waste my time doing Dolby Atmos with headphones. I don't blame you. And a lot of other people are saying that Dolby Atmos spatial audio sounds better with speakers, with a proper kind of 5.1 surround sound type of speaker setup, because then you can really hear stuff behind you and in front of you and to the sides and the front and the center and all that stuff. Yeah, I think that's a really good suggestion for anyone else trying to take advantage of spatial audio in particular. Let's see. Neil says, be aware, much evidence says that AirPlay 2 is currently not lossless, even though it says it is. Naim, top hi-fi component maker has confirmed this. Maybe it's a multi-room issue. And then Bluetooth is not capable of lossless. Yes. Steven says, I'm building a home studio, so I believe I will be able to listen to lossless from my MacBook when I buy it. And here's something I actually found out last night, and I'll probably do a dedicated video about this. The MacBook, at least, the MacBooks, any MacBook that has a headphone jack, a lot of even the older MacBooks, MacBook Pros, MacBook Airs with the headphone jack, a lot of those have a DAC built inside the MacBook that's actually a really decent DAC, and you don't have to get necessarily an external USB DAC or something. And I tried it out last night. I can't show you, but I have my MacBook Air, which I'm actually streaming on right now. It's a MacBook Air with M1 chip. And I just looked it up. I was like, what's the DAC that's built into the MacBook Air M1? And I don't think Apple has officially confirmed this in any documents or something. But if you go into the audio MIDI settings in your on your Mac and with some headphones plugged into your headphone jack, you can actually see it actually enables you to. I should do a video about this actually. It enables you to see what let's see what the bit rate and the frequency response is. Am I saying those specs correctly? It lets you see, like 24-bit, 96 kilohertz, that kind of stuff. And anyway, so with my mouth is trying to catch up with my brain. So anyway, my point is, without getting too technical, my point is the headphone jack on Apple devices is actually, the headphone jacks on Apple devices are actually really good, and they have a really good built-in DAC that is very low noise. So that's a really easy way, if you happen to have an Apple device, especially a Mac that has a headphone jack, you can just plug headphones right into the headphone jack and not even have to use a DAC. But then go into audio MIDI settings on your Mac, and you'll see, click on external headphones, and then you'll see that there is a way where you can actually change the different bit rate and stuff like that on your headphone jack, and it goes up to 96 kilohertz, which is high-res lossless on my Mac. So I actually was listening to high-res lossless using Apple Music on my Mac up to 96 kilohertz, but that's good enough for me, and it worked totally fine. And actually, I don't even think you need a USB DAC for your Mac unless you want a frequency of higher than 192, 24-bit. Anyway, I hope that explained. It's kind of confusing. I will show you that in a video coming up because I'm confused. I'm confusing myself, and I'm talking. I'm the one talking, and I'm confused. So anyway, Luis Guerrero. Hey, how's it going, Luis? Hi there. I'm from Mexico. Shout out Mexico. Also, happy. My brain is in a million places. Happy Juneteenth to anyone that's celebrating today. Shout out to everybody that's celebrating Juneteenth today. It is a big day in American history, and drive around your town, you'll probably see some people celebrating. And shout out to everybody that's celebrating Juneteenth. Thank you for being here. Let's see. Danny says, what format is Apple using for Dolby Atmos music, and can you transfer your own music and get the spatial audio experience? For Dolby Atmos music, that's a good question. I actually don't know what the actual format is for Dolby Atmos. Does anyone know the answer to that? I actually don't know. And can you transfer your own music and get the spatial audio experience? I don't think you can, and that also goes with lossless music. When you output, so if you have a FLAC file or if you have a lossless audio file that you like a file on your desktop that you put into your iCloud library in Apple Music, I tried doing that last night and I did not see the lossless audio playback option, like the little thing come up. I outputted just one of my own songs out of Ableton Live, and I dragged that. I did it at 190, 24-bit, 192 kilohertz. And I dragged that into my Apple Music, and then I tried to stream it over the cloud, and it sounded really good, but it didn't confirm that it said lossless under there, so I'm actually not sure. RL1 says, so would the BTR5 and the FH3 combo be up to 192? So that combo is the BTR5 DAC right here, and then the IEMs are the FH3. That's these right here that I talked about earlier. So when you plug that into the headphone jack here, and then this plugs into your device, yes, you could actually get up to 192. In fact, I believe this one, I don't know if the specs are on here, but I believe the BTR5, I don't know if it maxes out at 192 or if it goes even higher, because some of them will be like 384. But check the specs on that. I'm actually not sure, but this will definitely get you high-res lossless audio on your device. So highly recommend that combination. And these IEMs, by the way, this is such a tangled mess, but these IEMs, the FIO FH3s, these sound phenomenal. They're some of the best headphones I've ever used, and they're only $130, and I think they're a steal for that price. All right, we're almost at the bottom here. Live stream is 47 minutes. Damn, I'm always like, I'm only gonna talk for like 20 minutes, and I'm gonna be like, peace out. But y'all are so awesome, with all these awesome questions and stuff. And thank you for everybody that has smashed the like button. It's not over yet, but I'm just saying, hey. All right, so Mulder MX, what's up? We got another person in Mexico. What's up? How come Tidal can play lossless over to AirPods Max and Apple Music can't? How come Tidal can play lossless over to AirPods Max? Tidal, technically on Apple devices, Tidal can't play lossless over to the AirPods Max because the AirPods Max does not support lossless, period, in its form right now. Maybe that will change in the future, but the only way I don't know, they won't work with Apple Music lossless. And I might be wrong about this, but Tidal might be able to play lossless wirelessly to the AirPods Max if you have an Android device, but I don't, that doesn't sound right. So do not quote me on that. I'm pretty sure that's wrong. Hugo says, hi, Ben, do I get lossless with AirPods Max if I keep spitting. I'm spitting all over my device. Do I get lossless with AirPods Max if I use the Lightning to 3.5 millimeter adapter that Apple sells? The answer to that is no, unfortunately, because the Lightning to 3.5 millimeter adapter does not work for lossless, even wired, which doesn't make sense, but even wired, that doesn't work with the AirPods Max yet. I do hear a difference from Bluetooth, but not sure if it's lossless. What would be the frequency? I don't know the actual frequency, but I'm pretty sure what you're hearing when you use that Lightning to 3.5 millimeter adapter for the AirPods Max, I'm pretty sure. Oh, wait, you're talking about the adapter. You're talking about this adapter, right? If that's right, let me know. But if you're talking about this one and then you use the Apple, let's see, Lightning to 3.5 millimeter cable into the AirPods Max. I don't think that would work because on the Apple website, it actually says that the AirPods Max does not support wireless, or does it? It says that the AirPods Max does not support lossless at this moment, period. So I don't think there's any way to get lossless in the AirPods Max at all, unfortunately. I would personally love to see that because I think the AirPods Max, they sound phenomenal. They're also some of the best headphones I've ever used. Okay, Hugo's in Mexico. What's up, Hugo? Lewis says, I'm using a regular over-ear wired Sony headphones, and I definitely can notice lossless quality. That's awesome. Who else can notice the difference between lossless and not lossless quality? Let me know in the live chat or in the comments if you're watching this later. Let's see what else. JDD says, where are you in Texas? I am in Austin, Texas, and it is hot as hell here. It's like 100 degrees outside, and oh my gosh, I am sweating. Y'all can't tell because the iPhone makes me look all gives me like this baby face and all that, but sweat. That's all I gotta say. Is anyone else in Texas watching this? Neil says Tidal cannot stream losses to AirPods Max as Bluetooth is not capable of lossless. Exactly, Lawtooth. What? See, now I think the heat is starting to get to my brain, y'all. I don't know if I can stay on here much longer. Ronit, what's up? Ronit says they only have FIO FH1 here and FH3 is out of stock. How different are these, and will the FH1 support lossless? I would imagine the FH1, I haven't tried the FH1, but I'm pretty sure the FH series they all support lossless. Do not quote me on that. But the FH3, these actually do support lossless. You know, it says it in it says it in the actual description, I believe, on the Amazon page and all that. So again, check the description, check the specs for your headphones to see if it says officially high-res lossless. And technically any pair of wired headphones does support lossless audio through a wire. However, it depends on the fidelity and the quality of the headphones themselves and of the DAC that you're using. So okay, let's see. The Lightning to 3.5 millimeter cable does not support lossless. That is correct. Zalek, this is Ian from Discord. What's up? Shout out to Zalek from Discord. Again, if you want to join my Discord, go to the link in the description and please join up. It's free. It's fun. I'm having a lot of fun with that. I kind of don't really know what I'm doing on Discord in terms of just I don't know how to work it, but it's just fun. I'm having a lot of fun with it. So shout out to anyone in the Discord. Thank you again for your Mac saga. Helped me out a lot. You're welcome. Excited to hear what lossless sounds like, as I haven't yet. And Ian just got the iMac M1 with 16 gigabytes of RAM. So shout out to Ian. Hugo says, thanks. I hear a difference if I use the cable plugged into my Mac, but thanks for confirming it's not lossless. Not a big deal, to be honest, if I don't know what lossless sounds like, LOL. I don't hear much of a difference if I use a little adapter plugged into my iPhone, though. It's totally subjective. Some people can hear it, some people can't. I think it's up to each person, really. I think I can hear a difference, but then again, I took that test last night and it said that I couldn't. So maybe it's just a placebo. But as long as we're having fun, who cares if it's lossless? Who cares if it's anything? If it sounds good to you, use that equipment. You don't need anything fancy. The fancier stuff will help sometimes, but just use whatever sounds good to you. That's like my basic advice to anyone. When it comes to gear in general, if it works for you and sounds good, just use it. Who cares if it's lossless or not? But if you do hear a difference, it sounds amazing. That said, all right, we're almost at the bottom of the questions, and I'm gonna sign out after that because y'all have been amazing, and it's been almost an hour somehow. So thanks for sticking around for this long. Let's see, Neil says old pre-2014 Macs used to have an optical TOS link out from the headphone jack. They stopped doing this. The output from that is 2496. Trouble is none of these Macs can run Apple Music. That's ironic. Neil says AAC for Dolby Atmos. Oh, that's interesting. So AAC is the format that Apple Music uses for all of its streaming, I guess, except for, of course, the ALAC for lossless. So anything that's not lossless is, including Dolby Atmos, is streamed using AAC. So there we go. That's an interesting thing. Mulder says, so which service provides you with the best quality sound using Bluetooth on the AirPods and Macs? So my personal opinion is I personally like Apple Music, but I don't know because Spotify supports 320 kilobytes per second MP3s, and that sounds amazing. And I can't really hear a lot of difference between 320 kilobytes per second versus lossless most of the time. But I haven't done like an A/B test Spotify versus Apple Music because I don't have a Spotify account. Well, I have an account, but I don't have a premium account with Spotify anymore. But I am kind of curious, like, would I be able to tell the difference? Like, can y'all hear a difference between Spotify 320 and Apple Music lossless? I think I could definitely hear a difference between Apple's AAC, the 256 kilobytes per second AAC, versus Spotify's 320 kilobytes per second. If you're not using lossless, I would actually recommend personally using Spotify if you're just talking about audio quality, or using Tidal over Apple Music. But I personally like Apple Music for the cloud library stuff. I love that how it integrates with all, like the HomePod, Mac, everything. Like Apple Music to me just works better. I love being able to tell my phone, play all my music, and it just shuffles all my library. I just find Apple Music to be more user-friendly and kind of easier to use without a lot of gimmicks and stuff, especially now that it has lossless. I'm like, oh, Apple Music is killing it right now. Okay, almost there, y'all. Hugo, yes, that little adapter plus the cable, of course. Thanks for answering. What do you think of Apple? What do you think Apple means when they say AirPods Max don't currently support lossless? I think I read that somewhere. I think that just means that they're probably trying to find some way to make lossless work with the AirPods Max, because there's a lot of people that are pretty upset that they bought this $550 pair of headphones and they don't support lossless. They don't support the highest quality. So I think it would be very smart, again, for Apple to make some type of way, maybe update. Okay, if Apple updated the ALC codec, the ALAC lossless codec to support lossless over Bluetooth, game over. Amazing. That would be incredible. That would be the ideal, because then none of us would have to use a wire with our AirPods Max, or you can use AirPods Pro if that were to happen, and then you would be able to get lossless quality. That would be the ideal situation. Wireless ALC that supports full high resolution lossless over wireless Bluetooth. That would be amazing. I would imagine Apple will release that in the next year or so. Hopefully, I don't know. We'll see. Maybe they'll release that. It'll support that on the iPhone 13 and all that stuff. All right. Almost there, y'all. My breath, I can tell my voice is starting to get hoarse and all that. Hydration across the nation. Cyberspirit SE7N, I love that username, says the onboard Cirrus Logic DAC in most modern Macs supports losses from the 3.5 millimeter jack. Millimeter. I keep saying millimeter. I keep saying millimeter. I've been living in Texas too long. So the onboard DAC in most modern Macs support losses from the 3.5 millimeter jack up to 2448. Using a USB DAC will make the audio sound better, though. Some people say that, or some people are saying that, yeah. The headphone jack on Macs does sound amazing, and yes, at least on the MacBook Air M1, and I believe the Mac Mini M1. I'm sure the M1 iMac as well. All of those headphone jacks, because they all have a headphone jack, all of those headphone jacks should support up to 96 kilohertz high resolution. But some people will say that getting a USB DAC, something like this FIO, will give you a better sound, because these are specifically designed for the audiophile experience and all that. And these have better electronics just for a high, resolution output and stuff like that. So it's totally subjective. The easiest thing is just to plug your headphones directly into your device, into your Mac, but because they still have a headphone jack. But if you use a DAC, you can control other things as well. I don't know. You can control, it acts as like a headphone amplifier as well. So you can control the volume separately on here. Anyway. All right, Spotify, no support on Windows yet. Spotify actually streams in up to 320 kilobytes Vorbis, OGG. So Spotify has amazing sound quality too. The whole Spotify versus Apple Music thing, and if you want to see that video, let me know in the live chat or in the comments. But the whole, I think most of the how can I say this? Spotify versus Apple Music, I still prefer Apple Music. Spotify does have that 320 kilobytes per second, though. Another reason I prefer Apple Music is because they pay artists up to about twice as much per stream. So I'm not trying to rag on Spotify, but I like the idea that all of my streams are paying artists more, especially because I am an artist. And by the way, check out my music on Apple Music and Spotify. Whip out your device right now. That sounded very strange, but whip out your device and look up Ben Aqua. spelled, like it is on my YouTube channel, and follow me on Spotify, listen to my stuff on Apple Music. I appreciate all your support. Share my music on Twitter. Tag me if you do that so I can repost it and all that stuff. I'm trying to get better at Twitter too, because I kind of suck at it. So if you're not following me on Twitter and Instagram, you also give me a follow. My handle is B3N, 3 instead of an E, B3NAQUA. Give me a follow on Twitter and Instagram if you're watching this. And yeah, like hit me up and let's start a family or something. That sounded weird too. William, what's up? William says, I did the A/B test of Spotify and Apple Music lossless is way better. Okay, so William says that Spotify is worse than Apple Music lossless. So good to know that. Asking for a third time, is spatial audio, sorry I didn't answer all these questions, y'all. Okay, asking a third time, is spatial audio Dolby Atmos sounds on Earpods the same as on Airpods? I actually haven't tried Dolby Atmos on Earpods. People say that Earpods does support Dolby Atmos? Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure the wired Earpods does support Dolby Atmos. They do support lossless audio, of course. Does it sound the same as on Airpods? I actually don't own a pair of AirPods anymore. Well, I have a pair of the OG AirPods, but I don't have them right now. So there's no real way I can compare these versus the AirPods. So sorry about that. But I'm pretty sure the AirPods do work with Dolby Atmos. But again, the Earpods, these wired Earpods, don't have the audio fidelity, the kind of quality that you'd be able to hear a lot of these details that you would be able to hear better on a pair of headphones like the ATH M50X or these FIO FH3s. So try out different headphones, see what works for you, see what sounds best. I wish I had a better answer for you. Sorry about that. Okay. Have you tried the MEZ 99 Neo? I think that's a DAC. I haven't tried that. I'm very new to the DAC world. The only DACs that I've tried so far is this one, the FIO BTR5. I really like this. This actually has, this supports the high-res wireless codec too. You can even see that on the device here. You can see right there, it says high-res audio wireless. Is that what it says? Yeah, high-res audio wireless. So yeah, this does support Bluetooth wireless lossless, except of course, Apple devices don't support wireless Bluetooth lossless yet. So you'd have to use a Android device. And I'm really curious if Android devices, when they get lossless music, they're still, I'm pretty sure, going to be using the ALAC lossless codec. But maybe there's some way where Android will be able to take Apple Music lossless and wirelessly stream that from an Android device to a device such as this DAC that supports high-res wireless audio. That would be amazing. That would be absolutely amazing. Okay, Pratik says they're headphones. No, I haven't tried those headphones. Sorry about that. RL1 says FH3 or M50X. If you prefer over-the-ear headphones, M50X, hands down. If you like the in-ear kind of stuff, I would definitely recommend these FH3s. I personally enjoy, like, if I had to choose between these two, damn, that's hard. I don't know. I think the FH3s, whoa, the cable is like touching the microphone. I think the FH3s are a little bit handier because they're smaller and they feel a little more like mid-focused, where the ATH M50Xs, these sound a little crispier in the highs and less focused on the mids. So if you like vocals and you like bass, get the FH3s. If you like bass and you like trebles, that kind of U-shaped EQ, I would probably recommend the ATH M50X. I wouldn't say it's a big gripe, but it is something I noticed. Like the mid-range in the M50X is sometimes it's detailed. It sounds amazing, but it's not as present as in the FH3s. So vocals, if you love vocals, FH3s. If you just want a general really amazing sound, sturdy build, definitely get the M50Xs. Okay, Pratik says, I have the BTR5 and I love it. Good to hear that. Renit says, honestly, I think Apple Music's 256 kilobytes per second AAC sounds way better compared to the 320 Vorbis in real life. That's true in both Android and iOS. That's interesting. William Torres says, yep. And I think on that note, I am going to sign off here unless anyone else has any other observations or questions for me. That was a whirlwind of information. I hope I made sense. I hope y'all got some kind of entertainment from this. I've been talking for over an hour, so thanks to everybody that has sat around for an hour with me. Again, please join us in the Discord. The link for the Discord channel is in, or I guess the Discord server is in the description below. Thanks to everybody that has smashed the like button on this video. And if you haven't already, smash it, please. It really helps me out in the hashtag algorithm game. Let's see one more comment. Hugo says, I agree. The only one that matches Apple Music's quality to me is Tidal Hi-Fi. Tidal does sound amazing too. So Hugo says, thanks for this live. Thank you all. Thank you, Hugo. And thank you all for joining me today. Thanks to everybody that has subscribed to my channel. There's been a lot of new people there. And if you haven't subscribed already, of course, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Let's see. Join me on Discord. Add me on Twitter at B3NAQUA. That's also my handle on Instagram. All those links and everything will be in the description below, including the links to all of the equipment, all these headphones, all this fancy stuff, the DACs and everything. All that stuff will be in the description below. Hugo says, I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed doing this too. It's really awesome to be able to share this info with y'all. I'm glad that y'all are into this as much as I am too. Like, I'm really just sharing the stuff that I'm interested in authentically when I'm actually, you know, like I didn't get this stuff just to make a video. I'm actually using this stuff on a daily basis to listen to music and to make music. And I'm genuinely curious about this stuff. And I'm glad y'all are helping me nerd out about all this stuff. So anyway, thanks for joining us in, let's see, Pratik says, love your editing style and your video. Thank you, Pratik. Anyway, yeah, thanks for joining us today. I've said that 8,000 times. Be sure to like the video, subscribe on your way out. What else? Yeah, I really appreciate each and every one of you. Hit me up on Discord and on social media and all that stuff. And now I'm just repeating myself. So I'm just going to end the stream. And I hope you all have an awesome rest of your day. Peace, love, and really, really fast Wi-Fi and pizza. Bye.